Wade Johnson, and then on back to car number 8, Chuck Winders, last week's feature event winner, and alongside of him, the number 33 of Gary Ott, and then Tom Gray in car number 40. Then it's the number 08 of Kelly Goodlett with a checkered flag earlier this evening, along with the number 10 of Ron Lasley. And then the number 21 of Bill Bird, followed by Danny Miller in car number 31. That's the starting lineup, 30 laps the distance, as they roll off into turns 1 and 2. The Winston Martin Landscaping Sportsman Field, very much a representative of the up-and-coming talent here in Kentuckiana. As they roll into turns 3 and 4, Les Vogt in the number 22, running for Rookie of the Year honors in 1991. And alongside of him, the number 40 on the back straightaway. And Joe Lewis pacing the field out of turn 4. The green flag is out and we're racing in the Winston Martin Landscaping Sportsman feature event. Tom Seidler going to try and make it 3 wide going into turns 3 and 4. And what a move, as we looks like we have several cars making contact up in the 4-turn area. And Joe Lewis in the number 44 gets turned around. Field busts down the back straightaway and into turns 3 and 4. And the number 47, whoa, trouble up in the 3rd and 4th turn. Tom Seidler makes contact there with Joe Lewis as they come down the front straightaway. Joe Lewis's machine, the number 44, all torn up in between the 3rd and 4th turn. He's headed back towards the pit area. And Tom Seidler in the number 47 now slowing on the back straightaway. Our leader coming around to complete lap number 3 is the number 28 of Mike Crecilius. The number 99 of George Koch runs at 2nd. Charlie Pierce goes 3rd. At 4th, it's Chuck Barnes, followed by the number 38 of Scott Toohey and Chuck Winders in the number 8. As they work out of turn 4 and down the front straightaway, watching the battle now at 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Mike Crecilius and his custom colors of Louisville Racing Chevrolet with a very comfortable lead right now. The number 99 of George Koch runs at 2nd in his Thornton's Gas and Food Marts Racing Chevrolet. The battle's definitely back at 3rd as Charlie Pierce scoots up the 12-degree banking there momentarily. Chuck Barnes in car number 5 looks down low. They're side by side out of turn 2 and trading a little sheet metal as they work the back straightaway and move down into turns 3 and 4. Once again, a great side-by-side battle for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th as they move down the front straightaway and back into turns 1 and 2. It looked as though the consultation flag was put out on one of the lead cars as they work out of turn 4 and down the front straightaway. Consultation put out, and it's on 99 George Koch who's having a problem. Koch pulls to the infield. It's Mike Crecilius in the number 28 out front. Watch the battle at 2nd now. Chuck Barnes down the back straightaway. Chuck Winders, who works exceptionally well on the inside, pulls up along the inside. Out of turn 4 and down the front straightaway, it's Barnes on the outside, Winders on the inside as they move into turns 1 and 2. Chuck Winders, last week's feature event winner in this Winston Martin Landscaping Sportsman Division, moves up and takes over the number 2 spot from Chuck Barnes. Scott Toohey along the inside of Barnes as well as they come down the front straightaway. Wade Johnson enters the picture, knocks on the back door of the number 7 of Charlie Pierce up in the 1st and 2nd place area of the Speedway. Pierce's automobile gets turned around. They continue to circle this Louisville Motor Speedway as Kelly Goodlett has slowed over in the 2nd turn area and then rejoins the lineup. So let's set the field for you. Coming around to complete lap number 11. It's car number 28, Mike Crecilius, with about a half a straightaway advantage over the number 8 of Chuck Winders. Running at 3rd, it's the number 38 of Scott Toohey. At 4th now, it's the number 5 of Chuck Barnes, and then Wade Johnson in car number 09 rounds out the top 5. Checking now with the battle at 2nd place, and it's Chuck Winders in car number 8, along with Scott Toohey as they race into turns 3 and 4 and down the front straightaway. The field is back into turns 1 and 2. And right now, the 2nd and 3rd place automobiles are slowly reeling in the number 28 of Mike Crecilius, and we could have a 3-car battle for the lead here very momentarily. Out of turn 4 and down the front straightaway, Danny Miller now goes 1 lap down to the leaders, as 14 laps have now been completed of the 30-lap contest, coming up on the halfway point of this event. The top 3 cars now shuffle out of turn 4. Chuck Winders looks to the inside of Mike Crasilius at the halfway point, and they are side by side moving into turns 1 and 2. Press box. I'm calling the race here. They continue to circle this Louisville Motor Speedway. 16 laps now completed. And it's the number 8 of Chuck Winders out front in his McDonald's Restaurants, Gregg and Landreth Cars Racing Chevrolet. The number 38, the Churchill Downs Racing Camaro of Scott Toohey runs at second. The number 28, the Custom Colors of Louisville Racing Chevy Camaro. The number 28 of Mike Crasilius goes third. At fourth, it's the number 5 of Chuck Barnes in the Suburban Car Mart Rental Uniform Company and Robert Hobart Trucking Company Racing Camaro. And then rounding out the top 5, it's the number 09, the Pro Crafters Race Car Parts and Fabrication, CM Potts Garage Racing Chevy of Wade Johnson. Battle for the lead now out of turn 4 and down the front straightaway. They're back into turns 1 and 2, and Scott Toohey's looking to the outside of Chuck Winders as they scoot down the backstretch. Into turns 3 and 4, and Winders threads the needle past Charlie Pierce, and then the number 22 of Les Vogt looks to the outside momentarily of Ron Lasley. Now decides to go to the outside. Scott Toohey will follow suit on the back straightaway. They make their way around the outside of the number 10 of Ron Lasley. Down the front straightaway, Winders looks inside on Gary Ott and now looks to the outside. And again, Scott Toohey following Chuck Winders through the traffic as they move down the back straightaway. The field's back into turns 3 and 4 and down the front stretch. It's Chuck Winders out front after 22 laps of competition with 8 to go. The number 38 of Scott Toohey runs at second. Want to look back at Chuck Barnes in car number 5. He's boxed right in behind the number 7 of Charlie Pierce as they come out of turn 4 and down the front straightaway. Chuck Barnes now looking to the outside of Pierce. So that's the way the situation looks now after 23 laps of competition, less than 7 to go. And last week's feature event winner, Chuck Winders, looking to collect his second feature of the 1991 racing season here tonight at Louisville Motor Speedway. 24 laps in the books, and it has become a 2-car race for the number 1 position. As they come out of turn 4 and down the front straightaway, it's Chuck Winders, then about a car length back to Scott Toohey, then Chuck Barnes running at third. The number 28 of Mike Crasilius goes fourth, and then the number 09 of Wade Johnson. That's the top 5 right now as the leaders work out of turn 4. Chuck Winders now looking to the inside of Danny Miller and takes the spot away, puts Miller 1 lap down, at least 1 lap down to the field. And now looking to the inside of Bill Bird in car number 21 as they pull into turns 3 and 4. They'll click off lap 27, 3 away from a finish. And it's Chuck Winders who continues to lead. Chuck is the 1989 late model champion here at Louisville Motor Speedway. 3 years running, the most popular driver in the late model division, beginning to make his mark now in the sportsman class here at Louisville Motor Speedway and begin garnishing very important Winston Racing Series points. He pulls in on Tom Seidler, who was involved in an early altercation in the feature event here tonight. Puts him 1 lap down. And then sets sight on the Marshall Jaggers in the number 91, who wisely scoots up out of the way. The white flag is out, less than 1 lap to go. And it's Chuck Winders down the back straightaway and into turns 3 and 4. Scott Toohey at second place, not close enough, and the checkered flag comes out for Chuck Winders. Toohey across the line at second. Chuck Barnes finishes up at third for the current point leader.